Yeah, dude, don't worry about your hands. You can eat something. We'll be drinking, so we can. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the BrewGuys. I am Jay.
I'm Marcus.
We are going to show some beers today. Marcus, what are we going to look at today?
We are looking at beers from Traverse City today.
Have you ever been to Traverse City?
I have been.
Me too. Just came back not that long ago.
It's a great place to visit.
Very, very fantastic town. Very good for beer too, as a matter of fact. Not just wine.
Beer, wine, and I've seen some distilleries up there too lately.
They do. Grand Traverse Distillery, I believe, is one of them. That was one that we stopped in, but there's probably a lot more than that out there.
It's got a little bit for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. So before we get started, guys, we're going to fire up the beer cam so you guys get the close-up view. So bear with me as we do that real quick. So we'll do some of that. And we'll get the beer cam going. And there we go. There's the close-up view of our beers. I'm going to pull up on my computer, which we'll pull up when we can on the computer, the reviews and stuff so we can take a look. So now that they can see them.
As you can see, we got some Monkey Fizz Brewing.
Yeah.
GW's, Little White Lie, which I'm sure they're referring to George Washington.
Yeah.
And then we got some CEO Stout from Right Brain.
Now that's a flagship, I believe, isn't it?
That is their flagship beer.
That's a fantastic
it is a year-round stout they made to make their flagship beer.
Fantastic stout for sure.
Try to put a lot of pride in that one.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess we'll just get to it, right? You want to start with the GWs?
Start with the GWs.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, let me do.
I'll
do a quick pour. Yeah, we'll do a quick pour. A little bit of extra information, if it helps. These are pretty reasonably priced beers, all of them. Nothing here over $3.50, $2.79 for this one. So we were choosing these for. We were looking for something, you know, everyday kind of great beer that we're looking for. Trying to keep it above like a 3.64 on Untappd, meaning the public likes it. So right in that range. Some of these probably will peak into the 8s, but I probably overpoured that, but that's probably a good view.
It's a pretty beer.
It is a pretty beer. So I will give you that.
It's a wit beer.
It is. And we'll showcase this bad boy. Yeah, let's give her a taste. I think there's no time like the present. Looks like it's got good straw color.
It does. The thing I'm excited about is the cherries they use in this are from Traverse City.
Well, as they should be. It's probably the cherry capitals of the world, especially in our great state of Michigan.
It smells fantastic.
You got a little bit of funk on it. It's real ale. Not a ton of malt.
No cherry smell to it either. Surprised.
Now that head's going, you want to shoot that with a laser and see where she sits? It's okay. Yep. What's you reading? 46.
46 degrees.
A little warm. But for an ale, that's not bad. I mean, I don't mind them that warm. You know.
Me either. Not really getting a ton of cherry.
I'm still waiting for it. Yeah.
It's got some bitterness to it.
It does.
It's light, though. It's a real light beer.
It is. You can see through that a little bit.
This would be a good...
Actually, I think on camera it's coming up just a little more orange than I'm seeing it. That could be. It could be the monitor behind me, but I'm getting a lot more golden straw.
It's I expected more cherry. I'm not gonna lie. It says tart cherry. I'm not getting any tart either.
I'm not getting any cherry. I'm waiting for it. It's not coming though.
Maybe next time they use these Traverse City cherry, they use.
Right. Let's flip the monitor over here. We'll take a little peek once this fires up at what everybody else is saying. Apparently there's coats for sale. That's what everybody's saying. Currently, looks like on BA, Beer Advocate, we're at an 83 for this. Pretty good. Looks like it's running a 3.79 average. That's pretty good check-in. I think it's probably because of its, it's a table wit. It's very drinkable.
It's super drinkable. It's a total lake beer.
It is. Definitely a lake beer. I agree. Big thing I'm looking for and not getting is definitely the cherry.
Or a tart. I wanted some tart. I thought it was going to be a little bit of a sour.
I get a touch in the beginning, but not much. I agree. It says just a touch of natural cherry added, so they're light on the touch.
It's a very light touch.
Might ask for just a touch more on that one. Yeah, it's a good Belgian wit though. I think showing on Untappd. Looks like there's quite a few check-ins here, right in the neighborhood of 3,700. And it's sitting at 3.54. Not bad. Not bad. I think that's a solid beer.
Yeah. Everyday drinker.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so CEO Stout from Right Brain. Just a fantastic beer. I mean, I hate to say this before we've had it because I've had it many times. It's a go-to stout for me if it's around.
It's a nice light stout, actually.
It is
a all year stout.
It is. I agree with that. It's tough to find those. I mean, I love a good imperial or Russian imperial more than most people, but I think that one is just a really solid beer. And Right Brain in general. I've even had. They have a stout, and I won't remember the name of it. I think it's even mint chocolate. It was limited, and it was. I don't like anything mint or chocolate.
You told me about that.
And it's really good.
I've not had it.
But CEO is as solid as it gets. So
Right Brain gets like a little tricky too. You know what CEO stands for on the can?
It doesn't stand for
Chief
Executive Officer.
Nope, it stands for chocolate, espresso, and oatmeal. The three things that are the main ingredients of the beer.
I did not know that. I did not know that. That's a great piece of trivia. Did not know that at all.
Chocolate, espresso, and oatmeal. CEO.
That's great. I assumed that they were just making a play on executives there. So hey, perfect. Learn something every day.
Here.
You want to go ahead and pour that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and
put on the thing.
split that one up. Yeah. Well, you can pour it. We'll leave it there.
The can is beautiful.
It is. It's a nice. I don't think they've changed their label much.
No,
this one's been out.
This is like their flagship beer. I think this is what got them their start.
Yeah. I think it's probably the first Right Brain that I saw in our area.
Well, it is. This and Concrete Elephant.
Okay. Yep. Another good beer, actually.
Another cool thing about these guys is just like with Monkey Fist, Right Brain used coffee from Traverse City.
From the area.
Yeah,
that's great.
Which I love. I love when people keep it local.
Absolutely. And we did, we have dabbled in homebrewing ourselves a little bit.
We put on Untappd yesterday.
We did. Marcus brewed his first big beer with us. See it. With me when we did it, and that was fantastic. As a matter of fact, we also decided to use local coffee. That was actually local to the Ann Arbor area, so somewhat local. So I think that's great that when breweries look to do that, I think it's something that's expected almost at this point.
Yeah, you got to keep things local. That's what gets your niche. Not just in the area, but it's good to when you get a beer traders, you want to taste where it's from. That's what gives it its personality.
Yeah, for sure. What's this? What are we at temperature-wise?
48 degrees.
Oh yeah, no, that's right where I like it. That's where I'd want a stout to be for sure.
Oh, that coffee. That is coffee.
It smells like it smells like you're in the middle.
Smells like you're in the
smells
coffee
like you're
shop.
Yes, exactly right. If you don't smell that when you come into a coffee shop, you need to leave immediately because it's the wrong coffee shop.
Yeah, I like it though.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, with the coffee in there, it's sweet. I like the sweetness. It balances it out.
It is. I agree very much. I think the thing that's keeping this from being, I would call it, which it is, it's an American stout. It's not an Irish or dry necessarily.
It's like how we say it like it's a bad thing.
No.
It's an American.
Well, we're not really known for our stouts, although
don't get too excited.
We are now, I guess, maybe.
Stupid Americans and their stouts, they don't know what they're doing.
So this is sitting at a 25 IBU, so really not that bitter.
No. There's a little hoppy in it though. I can taste a little hops.
It does. It's got some nice hang time to it. The chicory with you get that chicory kind of burnt sugar kind of thing. I love that. That's just one of my favorites.
Another cool thing about this beer with this coffee, and actually this beer is one of the only beers that has caffeine in it.
It does have residual caffeine.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
They had it tested because one of the things that they were promoting was it was a breakfast morning time beer.
Wow.
So it's got a little bit of kick for you. If you're gonna pull an all-day drink on the weekend, this would be a good one to start with. It'll get you your caffeine going right off the bat.
Right. That was my phone. Roaster Jack coffee. I knew I remembered it. I didn't. I couldn't remember. I've never had their coffee necessarily. I've probably seen it around in Traverse, but yeah, I don't. I don't know that I've actually had it. So
I am not a coffee drinker unless it's in my beer.
Yeah, well, that's.
But I have been in their little shop.
It's a good place for coffee.
It smells a lot like this beer in there.
I'm sure it does. Yeah,
they did a good job.
Right?
Not messing it up.
For sure. Lovely. Yeah, very good one. Obviously, I'm not gonna be mad at this one. This is right in my wheelhouse, my palate. Let's see what the world says.
This is the oldest beer that Right Brain makes.
That would make sense.
This is their first ever, their flagship.
Do you think any more in the more recent times? Do you think anybody actually starts with a stout? It's pretty rare, I think.
No, I bet nowadays most everybody's hitting those IPAs.
Yeah, summers, sessions. Yeah, for sure. So this one is actually pretty darn well rated here. Beer Advocate shows it as an 86, which also known as a 3.8. Not bad. That's creeping up on the 4 area.
It's got a lot of check-ins too. It's been around quite a
while.
A
lot of check-ins. So yeah, Untappd alone, pushing 31,500. So that's getting it. That's getting it.
What is it rated on there?
This is currently at a 3.84. So right now, same wheelhouse. Right in the 3.8 range, which is, it is that good. I think if they went heavier with the flaked oatmeal, they would probably, it would be a little heavy. Yeah. So I think that's where it gets a little more American style. So it does have, I do get the oats a little bit, but it's not super heavy.
It's not super heavy.
No,
it's probably one of the lighter stouts I've ever had.
Yeah, this is definitely something I drink year round, like you said.
Well, I'm not going to drink it in the beach. I'll drink it in my living room after going to the beach.
I have enough beer and I'll drink anything in the beach, but... All right.
It's not super carbonated too, which makes me happy.
No, I like that.
Stouts that are really carbonated, I don't like.
Yeah. I am going to basically agree with the masses, although I'm a bit critical on stouts. One of my favorite things, I think.
Your favorite.
I mean, when you're talking about setting the baseline of room temperature, Guinness is probably where my love for beer started.
Guinness.
This is better. A lot better. It's not as dry as stout. So I would put it in the 3.75 range. What would you think?
I agree with that.
Yeah. So moving on from the American stout, this is classified as American porter, and this bad boy is Old Porterhouse Coffee Porter, and from Middlecoast. Well, let's see. I did not go ahead and bother rinsing. If you can't see that. Get a good close-up of that dirty glass. I am more than okay with going from a coffee stout to a coffee porter. Make no mistake, we are not the prudish beer snobs. We are the guys that are here to talk about beer because we love it. So no judgments here. If you love what you love, that's all we care about. So where are we at?
This one's at 40,
same ballpark. Yeah, that's where we want to be. I think that's a comfortable place for me. Under 50 is nice. I don't want to be down in the low 40s, but I think that's perfect.
So Jay here has one of these little, if you like stouts and you want to taste them at the recommended
great
room temperature, this right here, just a little infrared. You point, click, and it tells you right on the top what you're looking for.
You can shoot the can too. I
How
like
much is
that.
something like this?
Oh, those are cheap. I got that. I grabbed a couple from Harbor Freight if you don't have a Harbor Freight near you. I mean, you can go silly and get a Snap-on one, or you can get a nice one if you need
Lowe's, Home Depot, all
absolutely. They're all over the place.
Inexpensive.
Yeah, it takes
a
a double.
way if you're going to get serious about your beer.
Yeah, AA battery. It's also fun. You can chase the cat. The cat likes that. Dog sometimes. So But yeah, it's a nice little tool to have. I think it's just something to keep around. I mean, I don't take it from brewery to brewery or anything like that.
I use these on my whales. When I get a Huna, when I get a BCBS out of Arkansas, I want them at the temperature where they're supposed to be. There's no point in making a trade or making a journey to get something like that and not drink it at the level they want you to drink it at.
I agree. Now, are you looking for recommendations from the brewery when you're doing that, or are you just going by, like, if you don't know, Beer Advocate has a great chart as far as, like, what glass should I be wearing? You should wear the glass as well. If you drink enough, it'll be on your head. But no, if... they have a great selection of like what you should be drinking out of. They also have a very good selection of temperatures. Where should you have an ale? Where and very specific too. They'll get right down into different types. So
I think the big boys, most of them put on there what temperature they want you to try.
Yeah, I think a lot of them do now. That's true. There's some that are just too fiery or too heavy that they really need it at the right temperature. So I agree. This one is at the right temperature, I think.
It is.
So.
Okay, so no coffee. Do you smell any coffee?
I did not get much coffee after that.
Which is weird.
We may have. Sorry, Middlecoast. We may have done a bad thing by drinking the CEO first because of the coffee in there. I get a little bit.
And the head isn't very.
Maybe some chicory. It doesn't have much color to the head. You're right. Very pale in color, surprisingly. Okay.
Well, that's about as carbonated as you can get for a porter.
It's carbonated.
Wow.
It's over-carbonated for a porter. Now, you typically don't lean towards porters, correct?
I'm not a big porter guy.
I love a good porter. I like a stout better sometimes, but I like a lot of bitter black malt, and that's typically where you get into your black, porters, real deep colors. My recommendation, although I can't necessarily recommend it because Anchor did get purchased, I believe, last year by a very large conglomerate.
Boo!
But I will tell you this. Anchor, if you know what Anchor Steam is out of San Francisco, if you know what the Anchor Brewing is, their porter, I haven't had it since they've been purchased. I don't know if there's any changes. But their original Anchor
I'm sure
porter...
they ruined it.
I wouldn't doubt that. Yeah.
The
The original Anchor porter is, in my opinion, this is only my opinion, is probably your baseline. If you want to know what a porter is supposed to be, just a really good solid porter, that's your beer. Get your hands on that and give it a try. This is a good porter, but I say that with a little bit. I am not getting a ton of coffee.
No,
I'm getting the natural chicory type, lightly burnt sugar.
A little smoky. I like the little smoky to it, but the lack of coffee really. It's a coffee porter right in there. It's disappointing. It's good beer, but it's not telling you what it is. It's not.
I'm getting a touch on the back end. Hopefully we didn't do these in the wrong order and desensitize ourselves. Of course, if we did, the CEO stout would be like, over the moon. It would have probably been a little rough. It's a good beer.
It's a good beer. I tell you what, though, when I read the Untappd and I read the Beer Advocates and I have a differing opinion, I appreciate people explaining why they do it, because maybe this is just not a good batch and you need to try it again.
Right. Yeah. Never give a beer only one chance. No. There's some beers that I've tried that I can't stand, one of which is one of the world's greatest, and everybody disagrees with me, but it just doesn't hit for me, and I have tried it several times. As a matter of fact, I have a bottle in my basement. We should crack that one open one day. It's going to be a Wicked Weed, and I believe it's one of the Muir. So it's probably the Blackberry Mirror, one of the Death French. It's fantastic sour, but it's just one note for me. It just has no dynamic to it. It has no complexity to me, and I like that about a sour. I want some complexity.
So then it basically tastes like cough medicine.
It's not quite that bad. Definitely not as sweet. So on Untappd, this is currently 23 IBUs. So right in the same wheelhouse. Surprisingly, only 2 less IBUs, considering how much less bitter this is. The CEO has just got that chicory coffee, bitter, black coffee, burnt sugar, yes. And this is down in the 23 range. I don't know if I buy that. And here's why. Because that's a 25, and that's just
banging,
blowing your mind in your mouth. Banging. And then this is just not hitting it. So maybe, I don't know, do we have dates on these? All right, so October 21st, 19. It's really not that old, and
No.
with the can
Especially
technology,
for a
we
porter.
shouldn't have any issue there.
Porters are gonna hurry up and
Yeah.
thank me.
Right. Untapped, we are currently at a 3.75. I think that's a bit much.
I think that's being very.
A classic American porter with a good dose of locally roasted coffee. Potentially. I think it is a classic American porter.
We talked about that earlier. All these companies want to use stuff from
Love
their
it.
area, and it says they use coffee from the area, but it doesn't say
But
whose
which-
coffee or
yeah.
what kind, which is
Where's the coffee?
odd to me.
Um,
There's only one beer that I've found that I would never try again, and it is called Cotton Candy Haze, and it is the worst beer I've ever had in my life.
who's it from? I don't recognize the name.
Great Lakes Brewing. It just came out
Cleveland?
recently. Great Lakes Brewing. I'm not sure where they had all them. They made the Michigan State cans.
Great Lakes Brewing makes my favorite Christmas ale. My dad brings me it. The Cleveland area, Great Lakes
Cotton
is
Candy,
a
it is.
fantastic brewery. So as far as I know, I've had. They just drove up to Michigan here. I've enjoyed it. It's the best Christmas ale. Sorry, Bells. Sorry, everybody.
I disagree.
It's really one of the best. Frankenmuth's is right there.
It's not Great Lakes. It's not it.
Okay. You want me to look it
Because
up?
Great Lakes, I love their Christmas ale too, out of Cleveland. It's not it.
That's fantastic.
But if you see Cotton Candy Haze, it's so bad. It's like, it's basically a can full of sugar.
Big Lake Brewing.
Big Lake Brewing. Sorry, that's my bad.
Moving on to, not on purpose or anything, not saving the best for last, just happened to be the higher IBU of the beer, so we're trying to work our way up, as we would normally during a tasting. It's going to be a little bit of soul butter. A little bit of soul butter.
Triple
Great
IPA.
name, by the way. Soul butter, this is about as hippie as it gets. So, this is a triple. Think Pliny the Younger, right? Probably one of the best triples out there. What do you think? I would think.
Pliny's a double.
Was that a double? I thought it was a
No,
triple.
Pliny the Younger is a triple, you're right.
Younger's a triple.
I've never had it.
Elder's not.
I want to have it so bad. I
have.
sent a Russian River a message. Russian River, I sent you a message. I would like some of that in Michigan, please.
Oh, it's good beer. Anything they do is really
I've
good.
had Pliny.
Worst
the Elder.
labeling ever,
It's
though, in my
fantastic.
opinion.
Yeah, it's real
like,
cheap.
It's like, it does look
But-
cheap. It's totally
but
70s or something.
It's
I
their,
don't know.
yeah, it's their thing. It's
their
their little
thing.
niche, man.
I get it. Champagne of beer style. That's fine.
When you
I'm kidding.
when
I'm
you've
kind
got
of
the
down.
when you've got the formula down, doesn't matter what's on the front.
I'm kind of down with the new wave artsy cans. If you guys haven't seen them, you know, monkish. God, there's so many now that have them.
Oh, they all have them.
Let's get
Treehouse
let's
always
get
has
stupid.
some cool
Yeah, they have
cans.
great cans. Holmes out of Ann Arbor. Are you kidding me? Speaking of which, we may try to go live just real briefly for just in a couple days, as a matter of
Thursday.
fact. We're going to be in the Ann Arbor area, and we're going to be at Holmes, and we're going to have some great beer because Holmes is next level. If you guys don't know, I've heard even rumors of trading one for Marcus is trading for
I'll
Monkish.
trade you one for one.
Yeah, one for one. I'll trade you for a Holmes. But I have heard such crazy things like that. They're up and coming. They're fantastic in our area. They're not really up and coming. They're here. But they're artsy. God, their stuff is just gorgeous.
Good food too.
Good food, right?
food.
Yeah, so we're gonna have some of that. So look forward to that. We'll try to pop a live something on or do something cool. We're not sure yet. Preferably before the beer because then we won't remember how to do any of that. But back to it. We are looking at Terra Firmas.
Firma
Soul butter.
Brewery.
Soul butter. You want to pour this one?
Oh, I would love to because
I know
IPAs
I
are.
know. I do like my IPAs too. I'm very particular about my IPAs.
Me too. The
Triples.
hoppier, the better.
Right? You're just a solid 100
I
IBU
love the
fellow.
hoppies.
Yeah.
I think when we made our beer, that's all
I
I kept asking.
think that is how
What
much
hops
hops.
can we put in here?
Yeah.
How much?
How much hops can you put in there? Wow, that's a good color.
That is a good color.
Very good color. So we're looking at 8% ABV. I don't have an IBU listing on here, surprisingly. Untappd typically pretty stout on that. Don't see one. I don't see a ton of ratings on Beer
that's
Advocate either.
That's
I
a
see
fantastic head, man.
it's very good.
It looks
great
like
color
butter.
too.
It looks like butter, and it looks like I don't know, some hippie with eyes on his head stole a angel baby.
Yeah, they have. What else did I have from Terra Firma? I had their stout. It was quite good. They have great graphics. I'm assuming this is like a probably a Ball. Ball has great cans, by the way. That sounds really weird. Ball has great cans. Or can has great balls. I don't know which. Yeah, but anyway, they have really great print on the can. It's almost like it reminds me of those Easter egg things when we were kids, like you shrunk them in like boiling water. It's kind of reminds me of it. It's got like a neat film to it. Mm-hmm. But their stout was quite good. Quite good. I'm looking up to see.
A fun fact about this is the beer they made for their grand opening.
Was it?
Open their brewery. Yep.
Okay.
They made this.
Interesting. You know that?
It went off well. They.
I know this is one of their. I don't want to call it a flagship. I don't know if they're in the neighborhood of flagship yet. So I know you've done a little bit of research. You told me the whole cone hops that were local from Traverse City. So this is Traverse City Cone, which is really cool.
Oh. I wish they would have said what kind of cone hops.
Yeah. So I'm seeing 9 separate hop additions in the brewing. Oh. 6 different varieties, including whole cone hops. So that's pretty great.
But they do want you to know that no butter was harmed in the making of this beer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's actually no butter.
There's no butter. So they're getting all the fat and smoothness from malt and water and hops, as you should.
That's right. And,
well, that's got a very sweet smell, I have to say.
Oh, yeah.
I apparently have email.
Super sweet.
Super sweet. Surprisingly, that it doesn't blast me in the face with hops.
No.
Now, one thing
got some floral to it, but
no, very light, nice. One thing about triples that I like, they seem to age well. Not what you expect out of an IPA, and a lot of them will turn into what I think is a barley wine.
Yeah. I don't like it to get to that stage.
You don't like that? You don't like
the first thing in the IPA
when you get in the 120-minute type level where it's just like...
I can take one 120 a year and I'm good.
120.
I have a hard time finishing the bottle.
God, 120 is good.
When you pay that much though for a bottle, you're finishing the bottle.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, but the hops are there. They're not on the nose, are they?
I don't like that.
So anybody who home brews knows that you get your nose from different parts of the boil, right? So your nose comes from, your finished boil versus your first hop addition and things like that. And we're talking about, I believe we're talking about 9 hop additions from 6 different hops. So this comes through really nice. It's got some hang time.
It does have some hang time, but it's not super bitter. I thought it'd be more bitter. It's not. I like it. They did a good job.
It's a gentle bitter. It's a
My
gentle
tongue
bitter.
is prepared for all IPAs, so...
It's a gentle bitter. It's fantastic. Really good sweetness. This is a nice treat. This is your, you call this a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
You're
watching
done.
The playoffs.
Yeah, right. Just a nice.
Machine.
Only 8%. A little surprising there. I was expecting maybe just to push a little higher than that, but that's good. I don't.
That's good though. It means you can have more than one.
Yeah, I don't.
Not many more, but.
I would be done after 2, no doubt.
That's what Sundays are for.
Very true. Great color.
I do like the
surprisingly how much malt comes through at first, and then it just builds and builds and builds, and it's building right now, and then boom, it's like opens your senses up. It almost feels like your hair's tingling. You get the follicle tingling thing from high bitter. That's
it just makes me smile.
Yeah, it's good. This is a great beer. Looking at an 89, also known as a 394. Very highly rated on Beer Advocate.
I'm on board with that.
I'm thinking, I don't get an IBU reading. This has got to be fairly high.
It's got to be high.
Again, we said they're saying 9 hop additions. Currently 382, a little lower on Untappd. So I'll say the more local crew, maybe not getting after it, but we don't have a lot of check-ins here. So we're talking about 1632-ish, what I'm seeing.
It's not very many.
It's not. It may not be distributed real heavy. So these could be semi-local. Traverse City's not real close to here either. So, yeah.
I don't know about the others, but I would love this on tap, I bet. I bet it is fantastic on tap.
I agree. I think...
I bet it's a little sweeter.
On tap, it's probably sweeter. I think also on tap, it's probably not going to hold its carbonation quite as long. So it's definitely something I wouldn't want to sit and talk a lot, which I'm doing currently.
No.
Yeah, it's not a talker beer. This is a nice treat. You just get in.
You want it to be cold.
Yeah. We don't want to warm this up. Did we check the temp on this? Probably not.
No.
I'm okay with
Not
these
cold
being
enough?
warm. No, it's not cold enough. Yeah, 58-ish right now after we drank, put our hot lips and all
58-ish,
that.
which I probably would normally drink this at about a 38, 36 degrees.
It's pretty low.
40 maybe.
That's low. Yeah,
I like it
I'm okay
chilly.
with that. Yeah, that's okay. It probably takes a little bit of the bitterness out of it, maybe a little bit of the nose even, but it's heavy. It's good though. Good triple.
That's good.
Yeah. So this is a fantastic. Highly recommend this one if you need a treat in the Traverse City area, or if you can get your hands on it. Just a quick shout out too. We did pick up all these from Tilly's. Tilly's in Traverse City. One of my favorite destinations. Period. They are absolutely to die for. Totally cool shop. If you don't know the area, if you don't know Randolph Street, right off of 31, that's cool. They literally sell liquor, really good craft beer, and disc golf. And I promise you, that place is a mecca for me. I love it.
Disc golf.
I had a blast.
I'm surprised.
I think I bought all Star Wars discs while we were there.
I'm surprised your wife got you out of the store.
She kicking and screaming. Did
you ask to move in?
Yeah, I have a couple times. I have some of their, great bunch of guys, and so they had a nice rotation we were looking for. Just told them we were looking for Traverse City type stuff. We just wanted a little smattering, and that we would come back and do some more. So, so they're fantastic. So if you're in the area or anywhere near there, stop at Tilly's, hit them up. They've got great beer, and they did have cracked me up. They had Old Nations that we couldn't get. Cracked me up, by the way. The Pils was sold out at Old Nations, but they had it in Traverse City. Hilarious.
That makes me sad.
Yeah. But yes, so big shout out to them. These are great beers and nice little smattering for sure.
And thank you for your recommendations. We appreciate it.
Yeah. So we're going to call this a 375, and we don't want to drag on, so I think we're going to close this one out. We have tried some great beers today, and we might just have to make this a part 2. Traverse City's probably got a lot more to offer. Or maybe a part 3. We'll see.
Maybe we need to go to Traverse City.
Yeah, we definitely will take a trip. We'll do some of that. We will be out on the Instagrams and all that, checking in some of this stuff on Untappd. Try to look for, if we do go live real quick, we'll try to put that out there as well. At Home's, one of our favorites, in Ann Arbor. So please give this video a like. We have a ton of people we love to talk to on Instagram, so hit us up. A link tree is going to be down in the description. That'll get you to our Untappd. That'll get you to our Beer Advocate. That'll get you to this channel that you're already looking at, and it'll also get you their Instagram. We love the Beerstagram. Show us the pictures of you drinking these if you got them. If you can't get a hold of them, put them on your like list on Untappd, and make sure you subscribe and hit the bell to make sure you get all our updates, because we will try to have another video coming out soon.
Yeah, and if you have any recommendations for us to try stuff and you want to see reviewed, throw them in the comments section.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are always looking to try new things and get it out there to people.
For sure. And we're willing to go get them. So appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully we will catch you guys at the next one.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.